Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Noah's Lounge. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the reception the last episode got. I appreciate it. We're back with another episode. As always, I'm your host, Noah. I'm joined by Victoria. Vic, how's it going?
Good.
All right. I'm here with Richard, or Squanchy. How's it going?
Sweet. Living the dream.
Hell yeah. And Eli. What's up, man?
Not much. Just vibing.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. You guys want to cheers?
Cheers.
Hell yeah. It's nice to have guests on. So, man, so what's up? How's it been?
I've been dead the past week, but I'm out here. We out here.
That's good. Feeling better. No Rona, though.
No
But-
Rona.
I'm good.
Hell yeah.
The dabs don't help though. No.
Man. That new Natter Day is, like, really, really good.
Dude, they are super good. Pineapple lemonade. I like it. It's like a nice mix between the beer and the fruit flavor, you know? It's not like a full beer flavor, and it's not like the last Natter Days, the strawberry ones were almost too fruity.
They really
At
were.
points,
Like,
yeah.
and I thought those were a good balance, too, when those first came out. But, like, even just, like, drinking that one, like, that one's probably already better than the other ones. I kind of got burnt out of the other ones. But I feel like everyone did, because we all were just, like, buying them and
we were
drinking
just
them when
going
they came
cases
out.
for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they were only supposed to be limited time, I'm pretty sure, when they first came out with them. I believe, right? And then they just made them full time because they were like, we can't get rid of these. Like, everyone loves them. Like, and I thought those were really good. But yeah, those are really fucking good.
They just need to come out with more like flavors throughout the year instead of just like one every summer.
One every,
you know?
like, yeah.
Come out with two or something. I don't
Remember
know.
when Keystone, they came out with their Key Lightfuls?
Oh,
It was
with
the
like
one that they had like a dog on the can and it was like pink. It was like a
raspberry something.
Yeah, like
Oh, that was a
raspberry
raspberry lime or something.
yeah. That was okay.
Yeah.
It was.
I only tried it once. I took like one sip of someone's can and it was fine.
I did not like it at all. I bought the case, and then by the end, I was just handing them out. Be like,
Yeah.
no, you don't want to try one? Sure, take it. I don't want these anymore.
Yeah, they weren't great, but yeah, a lot of beers, like beer companies, are coming out with all sorts of like new shit, and always expanding. And I love it because I'm always down to drink more. So, but yeah, so what do you guys want to talk about?
Dr. Seuss.
Dr.
Gotta
Seuss.
bring it up. It hits home, dude. Like, there's 6 books that they're banning, and I don't know any. I haven't read 5 of them. The only one I read was If I Ran the Zoo, which is like my favorite Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah,
As a kid, like that was something like I had my parents read to be like every fucking night and shit. I was like, they're like, which one do you want? I'm like, If I Ran the Zoo, and they're like, because we had a big book of like 5 or 6 Dr. Seuss books all together and stuff. And they were like, which one do you want to hear? And I was like, If I Ran the Zoo. And they're like, you don't want to hear Horn Hears Who or Cat in the Hat or anything? I'm like, If I Ran the Zoo.
yeah,
And, like, when I was a kid, I didn't like think anything of it. Like, my parents didn't like think anything of it. So I think it's kind of, I mean, I guess with the times, because Dr. Seuss, he was born in like the early 90s and he started writing in like the 1930s.
yeah,
So I guess it kind of makes sense with like some of his books, because they're getting like canceled. Those 6 are from like reading days and stuff for like their racial
yeah.
underlines or
Like
whatever.
here's at the end of the day, I get. Well, for one, like, no one, as far as I know, was like pressuring them as far as like any outside pressure. Like, they made this choice all on their own. It's not like they had been in the news like Land O'Lakes butter had been for like a year before they removed the Native American chick off, like, you know, their butter, just as an example. Like, I don't think they were ever in the news about it. Like, they just decided, which I guess I kind of get. I mean, like I said, I never heard of any of the other books besides If I Ran the Zoo. I knew that one, and I have never read it. Like, well, I've read it. I haven't read it in like fucking years, so I have no idea what depictions are bad. But like, people said that, you know, he had like an illustration of a Chinese man, and it was like extremely exaggerated, you know, and shit like that. So I guess I get it if they just are looking at it and going, yeah, it's probably not a good look. They could have just redesigned it if they wanted to. I'm sure Dr. Seuss would have been just fine with that. Is he dead?
Yeah,
He's
oh,
dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
I was gonna say,
He's
he's
dead.
been dead for a long time. Yeah. If he were alive, I really don't think he would have cared too much. But maybe. I don't know. But I guess I get it. But I see a lot of like old people on Facebook, like people from my family, honestly. They're sharing a bunch of memes about it being canceled, and they're like, why don't you come cancel this cartoon too, since it has blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I mean, no one's like canceling it. They're kind of doing it themselves. But, I mean, since no one was kind of bringing it up, like there wasn't much of an uproar about it, I would have just left them the same, because it's like, who cares? But it's whatever. I was talking to Vic about it the other night, and I was like, it's kind of like, there are really old, like, Disney cartoons and Looney Tune cartoons that, like, they don't air anymore for the same reason. Like, there's literally one where Bugs Bunny is in Vietnam, and, like, he's pretending to be, like, a Vietnam soldier, like, in Vietnam, and, like, he's talking to the other, like, Viet Cong there, and he's calling them, like, the worst, like, Asian stereotype names. Like, it's awful. And they aired that because, like, that was funny, because it was essentially propaganda. So, like, obviously it makes sense we don't air that anymore. Like, you don't see that on TV. Yeah. So, like, I guess I kind of get it, but...
You can probably find it on YouTube or something, though.
Oh, you definitely can find it on YouTube, and it's pretty fucked up. I mean, they're... First off, like, they look, you know, classic Asian stereotype features. Like, they're just so exaggerated. But, like, the names he's calling them is, like... It's just really bad. Like, it's really, really bad. And, like, they were okay with it. And, like, there's one where Donald Duck was, like, pretending to be Hitler or something in an old cartoon back in World War II. Yeah, Jeez. It's like... But they just thought it was funny, you know?
Well, that was, like, the times with the propaganda and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I know even now, HBO Max, I think, picked up Looney Tunes and stuff. I think they're making new episodes, or they're, like, talking about it.
Yeah.
And they said with it, they're not going to, like, have guns in it. So, like, who's a hunting dude? Elmer Fudd?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They said, like, he's not going to have a gun or something in the new episodes.
Yeah.
Or something. So I don't know, like, what he's going to be doing.
I guess that, I think, is stupid. Yeah. Like, what's the fucking point? It's a gun.
It was like a musket. He had a musket, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's not like he had an AK. Yeah. Like, blasting people. Yeah, it was like a musket or like a double-barrel shotgun, and it was, you know...
And he was hunting rabbits. Wabbits. Whatever.
Like,
yeah, like, that's hunting with a gun. Like, he's still got Wile E. Coyote with dynamite and shit, just blowing shit up or whatever.
Yeah, and I guarantee no one would give a shit about that, because explosions in cartoons are just like the pinnacle, like, of cartoons. But no one's gonna, you know, freak out about that. But I don't know.
So I'm pretty sure Disney Plus pulled like Aristocrats, and I think Peter Pan also from like their library.
Like, they pulled it, or they just deleted those scenes?
I think they pulled the whole movie.
What was wrong with Peter Pan? I know Aristocats, because we've talked about that a lot, dude. When they have
Siamese cats.
Yeah, dude. The fucking Chinese cat is like playing the piano with chopsticks and literally talking in the most like Asian stereotypical voice ever.
Damn, dude, I haven't seen that, but that sounds wild.
You should watch it. It's like, holy shit.
I think like maybe Pocahontas is one of them too that they pulled. I don't remember.
What was wrong with Pocahontas?
I don't know.
Dude, have you not heard of the Savages song?
From Pocahontas?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I haven't seen Pocahontas
right?
in at least like 5 years, so I don't know the music, but I'm guessing it's pretty bad.
It basically just says like the Savages.
The Savages. Yeah.
But I mean, like,
it's kind of fucked up, but
I mean, but you have to think about it too. Like, this was a long time ago. It's cartoons, of course. Things are going to be exaggerated and shit because it's a cartoon.
Yeah, and like it's an art form, you know.
Yeah,
imagine people, you know, up in arms because Leonardo DiCaprio said the N-word a bunch in like Django Unchained. Like, it was for the art form. He played a slave owner. Yeah. Like, what'd you think? He was going to be all nice and shit? Like, you know.
Well, I thought I heard something about that. Like, he didn't want to, and then Samuel L. Jackson said, just do it.
Yeah, he was. He just gave him the pass. He was like, do it. Like,
and weren't there, like, interviews, too, where, like, they were trying to... I saw it, like, for Django, they were trying to interview Samuel L. Jackson about it. And he was like... The interviewer was white, and Samuel L. Jackson was like, just say it. Come on, say it.
Yeah.
He was like, the dude kept trying to ask him other questions. He's like, I'm not going to answer anything until you say it. Or something. And it was just like it was like a super awkward interview then, because the dude just wasn't going to say it. Samuel Jackson was just sitting there. He's like, just go on, say it. Say it.
Yeah. Wait, so you said Peter Pan?
What's
bad about Peter Pan?
I think they I don't remember. I haven't seen Peter Pan since I was like little.
Isn't there one scene where like the kids that are like dressed up in costumes? I feel like it's something with that. I've heard outrage, or isn't it like there's a song or something where they're doing some fucked up shit?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I haven't seen Peter Pan in years either, so. But they pulled both those movies, like the whole movie.
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
I always get the like Captain Hook and the Peter Pan movie mixed up, or Hook, whatever that is.
Oh,
They
the one
get
that's just
eaten
called
by,
Hook.
by like the crocodiles or some shit.
Yeah.
Like towards the end. Spoilers. Sorry.
Spoilers. I haven't seen that movie. Yeah. I mean, look, times are changing, I guess, but I don't know, for stuff like that, when it's an art form, like, I get it, but it's just kind of like, there's some stuff where it just seems like they're nitpicking, like, any little thing that could be seen as offensive nowadays.
I just don't feel like it's necessary.
I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Just don't do it again.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Just don't do it again.
I mean, for Disney Plus, and I haven't had Disney Plus for a while, but at least when when it first came out, like some of their like a bit more racy, like I don't know, episodes from back in the day, they at least had like warnings on them, like this might show like some racial whatever, and that's all they had, because like we all know how fucking Disney is, and no one's gonna cancel Disney, even though like I mean fucking Disney, like
Walt Disney himself was a huge racist.
So like
he hated anyone who was not white.
Yeah, so I don't quite understand how Disney is able to slide underneath the radar from all this shit when like everyone knows about Disney. So like I don't know, like it's fucked.
I don't know. I mean, again, like they learned. He died, and then they were like, he really wasn't that great of a guy. So yeah, but yeah, man, it's wild. So much stuff getting like quote unquote canceled. I don't necessarily like using that word, because I don't believe in cancel culture, just because like I don't think anyone is truly canceled unless you cancel yourselves. Like at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, who gives a fuck? Like you're making that decision.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, but I don't know. I get it. Again, like back to the Dr. Seuss thing. Like I guess I get it. Like it's up to them. If they want to do it, they can. Like I don't think anyone's gonna boycott them or.
Just came as a big surprise.
Yeah. It was just really random,
just
more
out
than
of
anything.
nowhere.
Because again, like no one was talking about it. Kind of like Aunt Jemima. Like they're no longer called Aunt Jemima.
Are they really not?
It's called it's a long name, and like someone tweeted about it. And they were like, yeah, I'm still going to call it Aunt Jemima. That's way too long. It's like something Pearl Railroad Company syrup or some weird shit. Yeah. Because Aunt Jemima, I don't know the history of it. I'm just full disclosure. I have no fucking clue. But apparently there's some like kind of racist background, whatever. I'm not too sure again.
Uncle Ben's was a huge thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's just some black dude named Ben on the front, just vibing, selling rice. And like I don't know why they have to take that off. Yeah. Like it's just branding.
Yeah. But again, like I mean, no one. The Aunt Jemima thing was a huge surprise. Like no one was pressuring them. That's the thing. Like, well, okay, back to like last summer when all like a bunch of shit and everything went down, and like obviously, we started as a society to view way more about like race relations. There was just a lot of unnecessary stuff that happened, like the Aunt Jemima shit. Like that's when the conversation started throughout the company, and it's like I'm pretty sure people don't care about that. Like they care about relations in regards to like police and society in general, not like a bottle of syrup and what the name of it is. So I don't know.
They're just going about it the wrong way.
Yeah. Their heart's in the right place, but they're wasting their time and energy on the wrong type of shit, Instead of putting their money where their mouth is, and maybe donating to some like things like some programs or whatever that would help, shit like that. Instead, they're just changing the name of their company and saying like, this should help.
The fucking Washington football team too.
They never changed the name.
Yep.
That's a fucking joke.
I wonder what the name is gonna be.
I hope they keep it the football team.
Well, it's gonna be for this year again. Oh, yeah. It has to be, because again, they're like in some legal dispute, like over what the new name is gonna be. So like, I don't know. I don't know. It'll probably be the Red Hawks or something, or the like someone said something about like Red Hawks or like War Hawks or War Eagles or something like that. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, the Washington football team.
Yeah.
They should just keep it like that.
They should just keep it like that.
Like,
you know what you should do is probably like buy Washington football team merch now, and then when they like change the name, that'll be worth something someday. Like for 2 seasons, they were called the football team. How awesome is that? That's why like I hope they win the Super Bowl. Like your Super Bowl winners were the football team. That's awesome.
That'd be wild, dude. I would imagine that like a team signed like Washington football team jersey one day would be worth a lot.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they went to the Super Bowl. Like,
oh yeah, if you could get a signature on a football team jersey, it wouldn't even have to be like from a big name player. You could probably get it from like a second string like guy, and like get him to sign a jersey, and then that would still be worth so much money. It's not a bad idea. As far as like making money.
Oh yeah.
Well, speaking of making money, I was talking to Vic about this too the other day. I have like an unlimited money glitch idea.
What?
So I was at Aldi's, right? And like I just got there and I was walking up to the front door and there's this chick returning her cart and she looks at me and I look at her and she's like, "You want to use this cart?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Like, why not?" And I take the cart and then like I'm done. I get my groceries. I put them back in my car and I bring the cart back and I put it in and then like I take the quarter out because you need a quarter to get a cart at Aldi's. And I'm like, I just got a free quarter. I'm like, I'm gonna go to Aldi's and just wait in the parking lots, and then when some person is like done unloading their groceries, I'm just gonna run up and be like, "Hey, like, can I use that? Can I snag that off you?" Yeah. And they're probably just gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's a quarter. Who cares?" And then I'm just gonna go immediately return it, go back out to my car, and just keep doing that until like Aldi's kicks me off the parking lot once I'm like 10 quarters deep. That's 2 games of pool right there.
Or like a couple burritos at Taco Bell.
Yeah. Unlimited money glitch. I'm gonna start doing that, and then I'll just like put on a different disguise each time.
Just change out the hats. Go from red to blue.
Red beanie now, blue beanie. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I was like, I could make like a couple dollars doing this. I would just wait in my car, and then I'd be like, "Hey, I'm really sorry. Can I like borrow that cart?" Who's gonna say no? Maybe a really old person because they love having pocket change would.
Oh yeah.
But any like person under 50 is gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't care. Here, take it." Like, it's a quarter. I have tons of quarters in my car, so like.
I feel like most people in general just wouldn't give a fuck about quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would only be old people, again.
And I feel like we should really start getting rid of pennies. Who the fuck needs pennies? Just round her up.
Just round her up.
Yep.
And that's what Canada does.
Yeah.
They don't have pennies.
I think pennies are completely useless. If I drop a penny on the ground, I fucking leave it there.
Yeah, same. I've done that
so
many times. I've like stepped out of my car. And, like, as I'm stepping out, like, pennies fall out of my pocket. Like, I've had, like, 5 pennies fall out of my pocket. And I just, like, look at them and just walk. I don't care. It's a penny. Yeah, I don't know.
So, as soon as we get rid of pennies, our government should be on track, to move forward with everything. That is step 1.
Yeah, it's step 1.
Getting
rid of pennies. That's what's holding us back. We should get rid of
$1 and $2 bills too.
Loonies and toonies.
And do loonies and toonies like in fucking Canada as well. Just do coins. It's so nice.
Do you know? I'm pretty sure they still print $2 bills. I could be wrong, but the reason why like they're like scarce is because people think they're like rare.
Mm-hmm.
So
they keep them.
So people keep them.
But guess what? They're worth $2.
Yeah, and
like this isn't worth something more.
So they're just these like old boomers are just like making them more rare by like keeping
a stockpile of
$2 bills. Like, damn, these are really rare. Look how many I have. Like, well, why do you have so many if they're fucking rare? And they're just making them rare because all these boomers have like fucking a giant shoebox full of $2 bills in their closet.
That is such a weird bill to have. I will say, like, I don't know when money was invented. when bills were invented, when they first introduced the $2 bill. That's just such a weird, like, I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, same with Canada, though. The toonie. I mean, a coin that's worth $2 as opposed to $1. Like, I don't know. just an odd bill. But yeah, like I don't think they're that rare. They make them,
Man.
you know, they still print them and they still make them pretty. Who's even on the fucking $2 bill?
I have no idea.
Like, who's
I-
that
dude,
guy? They got the
honestly
short
do
end
not
of the
know.
stick because no one fucking knows.
Honestly, could not tell you.
Can you imagine if, like, because you know they're gonna put a chick on one of the bills?
Yep.
Isn't it?
20,
fucking
isn't it?
yeah, Harriet Tubman,
I
right?
think so.
They're putting her on the 20, I think.
Mhm.
Can you imagine if they gave her the $2 bill?
Oh
the
my
up
God.
more there would be. I'd get it too. I would get
Yeah.
the up. Honestly, if I was, I like, I'd be pissed if I was a chick and a like black woman at that. I'd be fucking mad. I'd be like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. The $2 bill. Come on.
Who's on the $1 coin? Is that Sacagawea?
Oh,
Oh,
the
I think
coin?
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the gold coin. I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure.
I have no fucking clue. I'll look it up.
No idea.
So I think so.
I'm pretty sure it is Sacagawea. My grandpa would always bring a shit ton of like gold coins in, like when he came visited my parents' house, and like he'd be like, I haven't given you these before, but they'd be the same like presidents he gave me last time, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Cause there was they had
Susan
a,
B. Anthony.
oh dude, I was
Oh.
Wait, what? No way. Hold on. It says Susan B. Anthony. That's what
Did it?
Google told me. I don't think that's who it is. Like, okay, hold on.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it is Sacagawea.
While the golden dollars are no longer minted, the Sacagawea presidential and American dollars are sometimes referred to as golden dollars because of their color. Wait, so there's multiple?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because this one literally has Sacagawea
there's-
on it.
There's the
So there's different ones?
Yeah, there's the
I had no idea.
Sacagawea ones, and then there's the ones with the presidents on them.
Who's Susan B. Anthony? Is that like,
Who
should
is
I know that?
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like that is like one of the like people like I should know.
Oh,
but I
a
just
women's rights activist.
should have paid more attention in
Yeah.
high school. I guess.
I'm sorry to all the Susan B. Anthony fans out there. All right, apparently she's also on the dollar coin. I don't know. I'm not going to look too deep into it, but I guess there's multiple ones of like different people on them. So I don't know.
When I was working at Jimmy John's,
Yeah.
dude, I found a Japanese coin with a hole in the like middle in the like tray. Dude, I straight up copped that right out of the register.
It was in the register?
Yeah.
So like somebody
Yeah.
paid with it.
Yeah, it was
And
like
then
in
some cashier was like,
Yep.
this looks good to me.
Yep.
And dumped it in.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. But it is a legit Japanese coin. It's pretty sweet. It's like it's super light, like lighter than like I don't know, any other coin. It's like aluminum or something.
Yeah.
But it's pretty wild. I don't know if they still do this now, but the reason why they have like the hole in the middle for the coins is at least like back in like the days back in ancient times, whatever the hell, they would have like a piece of like leather and they'd knot it at the end and they would like run the coins through, so it'd be like an easier way of carrying them.
Okay.
So it'd be like be kind of like a makeshift one of those fucking things you had in like the 90s or something, those things that run on your like the necklaces you got at Chuck E. Cheese that like held coins like
oh yeah,
like a fucking tenner in quarters. You just felt always like so badass and like rich when you're walking around with one of those.
yeah, dude. It's like the neck basket. That fucking commercial. Right? Am I thinking of the right one?
Yeah.
Remember?
The
Yeah.
one where like she spilled all like the stuff out of the counter.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
like she has the neck, and then they have one, and they're like also in like extra size, and he has his guitar case in it.
What
Yeah.
commercial was that for?
I have no God, what commercial was that for? Oh, it was for like you review products for money. One of those weird ass websites where like you
Oh.
review products and you probably get like 2
Mhm.
cents a review or something, and I'm pretty sure it was for that. But
That was just for like a website or something?
I think so.
Dude,
If I
I feel
remember
like,
correctly.
dude, that kind of those kinds of websites, bro. Those just like bring me back to like the early days of like the like internet when I was like 10, just on like my like family PC. I was just downloading the stupidest shit, dude. And my mom would always be like, "Why is this computer so damn slow?" I'd be like, "I don't know," because like I actually didn't, but I'm thinking back now, I'm like, I downloaded so many fucking viruses to that computer. Like, dude, I wasn't safe at all, dude. I was just like, oh, sweet. And like I would click all the fucking pop-ups.
You were opening all the ads that said,
dude.
like, you just want a free, like, $10
Subway
gift
Mom,
card.
You
And
will
you're
not
like, bro,
fucking believe
Subway
this.
gift card.
She's like, don't click on that. As I'm like already clicked on it. I'm like, well, I'm doing it for the family.
And then they're like, you want it, just download this on your computer, and then we'll, like, know your location and send you the gift card automatically. And you're like, oh, fuck yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good deal. But we never actually got burned from it. No one's credit card information got stolen.
That's good.
Thankfully. Yeah. But, like, I was way too ballsy with that. And that's why kids shouldn't have access to computers until they're at least, like, I don't know, 12.
Smart enough to
12.
Yeah, honestly.
Minimum.
Fast car. No, fucking, yeah, like, we had dial-up for so fucking long. So, I never had access to any, like, internet, anything, whatever. But, yeah, like, if I would have, I guarantee my parents would not have allowed me until I was, like, at least 10 or 11 and had a fucking competent enough brain to know, like, don't click, like, anything. Don't click any ad. Don't click any, like, you know. It's so weird when, like, I'll go on some random website to read a story about something, like New York Times even or something like that, and I'll see an ad and it says, like, company, and because, like, it knows my location, and then I see this random ass ad and it's like, you'll never believe what these two men in Bemidji found in their basement. Now they're billionaires or something. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I've never clicked them, but can you imagine just how dumb that is?
Yeah.
Like, this is obviously some fake ass scam ass story.
Like, what the fuck are they finding in the backyard?
I feel like that would be major news. Like, 2 billionaires in Bemidji found something. Like, and I see those ads all the time. It's like, in your current location, you fucking, like, you know, how you can become a millionaire in Bemidji. It's like, what?
Bemidji? Are we talking about the right Bemidji?
Yeah. Like, I don't think you know what Bemidji is. Like, goddamn. The internet, it's full of fucking weird shit. So much weird stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, the first PC game I ever played, I was like 8. We had this M&M game. I don't really know, like, alright, I don't really know how to describe this game, but it's basically like it's a math game, but you play as, like, M&Ms. You get to play as the yellow dude and the red dude. And that used to be me and my brother's favorite game. It was like a third person game that you would, like, run around. You try not to fall in the molten chocolate, and, like, you'd have to jump on some, like, weird shit. Dude, it was honestly such a good game. And I actually played it again about a year ago when I went home for Christmas or something. But we put in the disc and we started this bitch up, and we got to the point we always got, like, stuck on, and we found out that the part that we got stuck on was actually just like a, like, glitch, right? So there were a bunch of tiles. It was like probably like 4x6 tiles, like a chunk of them that you have to jump on to cross to the other side, and it goes something like you have to jump on, like, one of the and they're each supposed to have, like, numbers on it, so you have to jump to the number, and then you have to jump to the next number to, like, add it, and then you get your answer, and then something, right? So you just have to jump on the correct squares, except, like, the part that we always got stuck on is, like, I don't know if our disc was, like, scratched or something, but there were no numbers. So it was always just a fucking guessing game. And every time you died, they would, like, randomize it. So it's not like you would just have to get really fucking lucky to get to the very end. And, yeah, like, he just got fucked. So, like, we played the game up until that point, and then, like, we actually beat that point, and we're like, holy shit, this is, like, a whole, like, stuff that we, like, never actually went past.
Yeah.
It was wild. Yeah.
Damn. What a shitty way, though, to start your first computer game.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I just thought it was super hard. But then like, you know, when I was, like, whatever, fucking 10, dumbass kid, I was like, Mom, Dad, you know, I need help. I should have learned, like, then, like, if they can't do it, I probably can't do it. You know?
Yeah. Like, I don't know why I'm asking for my parents' help with anything.
Yeah.
Although I would actually, like, there were some games when I was a kid where, like, I just wasn't, like, fast enough or didn't have the endurance to, like, button mash in some games. Like, when I was really little and, like, my first game system was a GameCube and there were so many games where, like, you had to button mash. And it's like, I would sit there and I would only be able to do it so much before, like, I just got my hand got tired and, like, my finger was all fucked and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And my dad actually was really good at button mashing. So I would, like, I would call my dad in and I'd be like, I need you to, like, just press this button as fast as you can. And, like, he helped me beat quite a few games that way. Because when I was really little, I was not able to do it. I just couldn't keep up. My arm was not strong enough. Yeah. I don't know what my first... I think my first computer game was... It was a dinosaur game. It was like some, like...
Land Before Time?
No, it wasn't
Dude,
Land
I
Before
had
Time.
that game.
It was like... What was it called? Dinosaur something 3D?
That sounds
I don't know.
good.
It was like... It wasn't necessarily educational. It did, like, you learned a lot about all the different. You would click on one and it would, like, tell a fact and show some, like, cool animation of this dinosaur or whatever. And, like, there were different periods you would go to, like the whatever period. I don't know the different periods.
Mesozoic or like
yeah, shit like that.
Yeah.
And basically you had to collect eggs and then you would hatch all these eggs to, like, get these baby dinosaurs, one of, like, each of, like, the top 10, like, most famous dinosaurs. And then, like, there was a T-Rex, and, like, you had to beat the T-Rex. But, like, I don't know. It was a super fun game. I've completed it so many times, like, just, like, over my childhood, because, like, it was the only computer game we had for so long. But I think that was the first one I ever played. That and, like, a Tonka truck racing game that we had a long time ago.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
See, the first one I had, Zoo Tycoon. I remember that. Oh my goodness. Me and my sister would play it all the time. Like, we would, like, work together and, like, build, like, the craziest, like, the best looking, best revenue park or whatever. And then we had, like, I think we had, like, the expansion because we could get, like, dinosaurs and stuff too, and, like, all these animals. So we would get, like, a bunch of T-Rexes and stuff and, like, polar bears and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it sounds really bad, and looking back, it's really bad. We would make our zoo really popular, so it was full of people. And then we would make, like, a little maze by the doors and stuff. And then all of a sudden we would just start deleting the cages. So the dinosaurs and shit would start running around. And if you didn't feed the dinosaurs, they would start eating the people. So we'd have, like, T-Rexes chasing people.
That's awesome.
And if somebody was, like, running, we could build a wall, like, right in front of them. So they would stop at the wall and, like, look around. And then by the time they would look around, the T-Rex would run up to them and just basically munch on them. Shit.
That's fucking awesome.
It's just wild.
That's like some of the most entertaining stuff you can do in computer games. Is like when you have NPCs like that. Like, how can I kill them? Kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon. And you would have like build your own roller coaster, but you can build it so they all just die. Like, I've seen some crazy videos people make of some, like, just some wild ass roller coasters. And normally you're not allowed to, like, do different stuff like that, but, like, you can kind of, like, I guess, cheat the game in a way to. You can make it essentially, like, I saw one video, and I don't know how this person did it, but basically at the very end of, like, the coaster, like, the track just ends, like, as they're going really fast down, and then they go up a ramp, and, like, so the coaster just flies off, and then just, like, blows up.
Yeah.
Like, they obviously meant for that kind of stuff to happen, and they made, like, a blowing up animation, so, like, people are dying, and they're like, we know these kids are gonna, like, kill these people, like.
On one of the... It was, like, one of the Tony Hawk, like, skater games on the, like, Wii, and there's this one, like, level where you go down this giant, like, hill, and then you go up this ramp into this, like, cement tube, And me and my brother would always like take turns like going down this ramp and then like doing whatever. We'd go on like the coffin or something, whatever, where you lay down. And then like right at the end of the ramp, we would let go of the board and just see how far the dude like flew. And then he would just land like straight on his head on like concrete. And we'd be like, damn, this dude's really dead. And then at like very like, and like, went like after he like died or something, it comes up with like a crash report from like Thrasher magazine, like how many bones he broke, and like our goal was to get every bone broken. And you know, it's harder than it seems. It really is.
Oh yeah, just like on one accident. Oh yeah, like to get every bone broken. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
good like thing to do is you have to do it a little bit before the ramp, because if you do that, then he'll actually hit the side of the cement tube and then he'll fall down, and that's like a guarantee. Yeah, there's like nothing to get out of it but just pure just like I fucked that.
Oh yeah, you want to see how fucked up. Dude, those Tony Hawk games were pretty violent. I wasn't allowed to play M-rated games growing up until I was like 14 or whatever. Then my parents didn't give a fuck anymore. But like until then, like I had no access to any like super violent games. But Tony Hawk games, I was able to play those because my parents were like, "Oh, it's skateboarding, it's whatever," you know, and they didn't give a fuck about that. But it's like those are some violent games because every time you would like fall and hit cement, like there would be blood everywhere, and then your character would usually just like get up and like get his board back, and like you'd be fine. And like there were some games you could go around and fucking like hit people with your board. And you just walk around and just like whack like fucking cops and just random NPCs, and like a big blood splatter would come out, and like they would always like they would never die, like they would just get up and run away. But I was like looking back, I was like, damn, this is like as violent as GTA, which it obviously isn't. But back then I was like, this is awesome. Like I want to play violent video games, but I'm not allowed to. Like this is my out.
My first like rated M game when we got the Wii, which was like 07 or 08 or something, fat minute ago. My dad bought us like a shit ton of games, and then he bought one game for himself, World at War, and we would always like sneak that to the basement because that's where me and my brother lived, right? So yeah, we would just like sneak that to the basement at like 1 a.m. 2 a.m. play World at War. Fucking it was just because we had a bedtime at like fucking 10 or 11 depending on the fucking night, and we were just like sneaky fucks, and we'd be up like all night grinding the campaign because we didn't have any fucking internet except for the main PC. It was just like straight up wired in there. But yeah, we weren't allowed to go on the internet, which was kind of some booty. Yeah. But yeah, we would just play the campaign through over and over and over again. Like I probably played that bitch like 500 to 1,000 times through. Favorite campaign. But how the 2-player campaign worked on the fucking Wii was like you had like the nunchuck and then you had the thing, and then you would walk around and shit. At least first player could walk around, right? Yeah. And so it was just one screen, and first player would walk around, shoot shit like normal. You have to point the fucking thing. And the second player, it wasn't even a different dude, right? It was just another crosshair on the like screen. So wherever player 1 was like pointing, like player 2 could shoot at. So, you know, me being the oldest, I was always player 1. So I would always, you know, fucking go wherever the fuck I wanted. But my brother was always just like the gun on like my shoulder. But except if you're like in like a sniper view, then he just can't do shit. Yeah. Which I thought was super funny. But
nice. Did you ever get caught by your parents?
What?
Like, oh yeah. Them downstairs and stuff?
Oh yeah. Dude, yeah. Big time. And dude, and the best was when we got an Xbox 360 because then we didn't need the fucking sensor thing anymore. And that was lit. So we copped World at War for the 360. And that was a game changer. That was a game changer. Yeah. It really was.
That reminds me like sneaking and like doing stuff you're not supposed to. When I was a kid, like my parents didn't really want me watching like violent TV shows and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I understand like South Park, American Dad, like Always Sunny, stuff like that. My parents really want me watching. But there was a TV downstairs, which was right by my room. So at night I would like sneak out, and that's when all of them were on. So I'd just be like watching them with the volume super low and stuff. And if I heard one of them coming downstairs on the old remotes, you know how they had like the go back button, so you could go back to. I would have like Cartoon Network or something queued up.
Yeah, I
or
did
like
the same thing.
Disney Plus
I'd make
or
sure
like
to
Disney.
change it.
And I would like change it right away.
Previous channel, and
Yeah, and she'd be like, "What you watching?" And I'm like, Sweet Life, something. And then
Sweet Life is on Cody, and she's like, all right.
Go back upstairs, click it to like South Park. I don't think they ever caught me, but then I think me and my friends were quoting South Park or something one of the times or something, and then my mom heard that, and she's like, "How do you know about that?" and stuff. And I was like,
someone at school.
Yeah.
Someone on the bus.
Yeah.
One of the older kids on the bus told me. Yeah. We would like, whenever we'd have like sleepovers or whatever, we'd make sure to stay up past like 11, because then like Adult Swim would come on, and then we'd secretly watch all the Adult Swim shows, like fucking Robot Chicken and Squidbillies and Aqua Teen Hunger Force and
Boondocks.
Yeah, Boondocks. Like watching those shows when we were like 10 years old, we were just like, this is fucking like peak comedy. Like shows will never get as funny and as raunchy as this. And like looking back now, like some of them actually were kind of tame, but like still, when you're a kid, you just felt like such a badass being able to watch these awful TV shows. It was awesome.
What channel was King of the Hill on?
I think that was Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
because it was like it was like after Cartoon Network, I'd always watch King of the Hill, dude. My favorite scene from like King of the Hill is like when dude, I'm blanking on his name. Jesus Christ. What's the, like main dude?
Hank.
Yeah. All right. This dude Hank, right? He has a bottle of WD-40, like a big one, right? And he can't get the lid off, so he like unholsters a smaller bottle to like smaller bottle of WD-40 to like loosen up the cap of the bigger one. And I just that's just peak comedy right there. Like this man's strapped.
Yeah, I think the first M-rated game that I like tried, not the first one I played, because like I would sneak play a bunch when I would like go over to my cousin's house or whatever, like, but the one that I actually tried to buy it myself, and I wasn't like 17 yet. You know, you have to be 17 to buy them if they're gonna like card you or whatever.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You have to be 17 years old. Sometimes they like you know, if you go to a GameStop trying to buy one, like they won't give a fuck, or sometimes they would card you, or like if you had a parent with you, you could be whatever age, as long as the parent was with you, they didn't care.
Yeah, like whenever I'd go get like the new Resident Evil games, my dad had to come in with me because I wasn't.
But they never cared.
Really?
Yeah, but it's just like, so we were out. I don't know how old, 14, 15 maybe, and I tried to buy GTA San Andreas, and like I went to Walmart, and my big idea was like, dude, I'll just go through the fucking self-checkout. I don't have to talk to anyone. Like, I got my 20 right here, because it was only like $20 at the time. I was like, I'm good. Like, I'll just go through self-checkout, scan it, pay, and no one will know. I'll be totally good. And then, like, you scan it, and the, like, red light goes off on the thing, and it's like, oh, an employee needs to come verify you're 17. And I was like, oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. And I was like, my grand, like, idea, I've been scheming this up for weeks now. Like, it's all ruined. So I was like, fuck. So I, like, ditched the game. I, like, threw it in, like, a pile of, like, clothes that someone had just left at that same, like, self-checkout thing.
Yeah.
And I threw it there, and I, like, started walking away. And then here comes my mom out of nowhere. She's like, what's wrong? What's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. It just, like, said that we need an employee or whatever. I don't know why. They'd have to enter some code. And my mom didn't know why. She didn't know the game that I was buying was rated M. She just knew I was buying a game. She was like, oh, like, I wonder why. Because sometimes that just happens. Because self-checkouts are really weird and fucky. Yeah. So sometimes, like, that just comes up. And so my mom was like, well, we'll get someone. And I was like, no, Mom. Like, it's not a big deal. I don't have to get it. It's fine. It's whatever. And she was like, no, we'll get someone. And, like, she found an employee that was already on their way. Because they know. Because the thing is going off.
Yeah.
And, like, the employee. And she's like, oh, what's wrong? And my mom's like, oh, he was trying to, like, buy a game or whatever. And, like, it went off. And we don't know. And, like, thank God the employee just, like, didn't care. Like, this old, like, lady obviously just figured my mom was okay with me buying this game. So then she just went and entered her ID or her number or whatever, and then, like, left. And I was able to buy the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can't believe that worked out. That was so stressful for me as a kid, because I was like, fuck, my mom's gonna... she's gonna say like, oh well, it's rated M, that's why. And my mom's gonna be like, rated M, what? And like she's gonna look at me and be like, no, you can't buy rated M game. And like, oh, I was gonna get in so much trouble. I was pissed, but it worked out. I was so happy.
Thank goodness the people at Walmart do not care.
Yeah. The worst, like when you go to like a GameStop, I don't know if you ever had this happen, but there were times where like I would buy like you'd buy an M-rated game, and most of the time they'll just ask like your parent who's with you if you're not 17 yet, like, and are you okay with like the game being rated M? And your parent's like, yeah, I don't care. Like sometimes though they'll be like, and are you okay for this game being rated M due to, and they'll list off like everything. Like dude, when
like
I first
the back?
Yeah, I first got Red Dead Redemption. And, like, I go and I buy it. Well, thank God my dad didn't give a fuck. But I went and I bought it with my dad. And the lady up there is just like, and are you alright with it being rated M? And, like, she didn't even finish it. My dad just started nodding his head. And she's like, due to drug use, tobacco use, strong language, strong sexual scenes, nudity, blood and gore, violence. Just started naming everything off the back. And I was just like, hey, like, shut up now. Chill. My dad already nodded his head, yes, you don't have to keep going. And she just kept on going, and I'm like, fuck. But my dad didn't care. At the nudity one, he kind of, like, peeked up. He was like, what? Like, what? And, yeah, it was like, fuck. But,
dude, the nudity,
that was the worst.
The nudity, with Todd, are you saying that? Reminds me, my dad was watching, like, Game of Thrones and shit. And at first, he wasn't going to let me watch it, because it was, like, that's a violent show, nudity, sex, like, everything in it. And I think by the time I was in, like, June, I don't even remember. It was probably junior year. Actually, I don't know how long that show's been out. Probably it was like season like 3 or something. But I think my dad just didn't have anybody to talk about the show with, because me and him would watch TV shows all the time, like The Walking Dead. And then after the episode would come out, we would just like sit and talk about him after and be like, oh, what do you think's gonna happen next? I hope this character does this and this, and go. And I don't think he had anybody to talk to with Game of Thrones. And my mom was no way in hell gonna watch it.
Yeah.
But she did break down eventually, and she loves the show. But at first, he was like had nobody to talk to, so I think he finally was like, "All right, you can watch it," and stuff. So I think I started watching at like episode, I don't know, like start of season 4 or 5 or something, and right away, like the first episode, there was just a sex scene with like nudity and shit.
Yeah, it's
and I was
literally
like,
the first episode of the season, like not even 5 minutes in. It's who's that one like that short dude?
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Peter
He's
Dinklage.
Literally like banging a chick.
Yeah.
And you see like everything. That is like in the first 5 minutes of the first episode, which is the only episode I've ever seen. I've never seen a single other episode other than that one. I want to get into it, but
it's a good show. But I just remember watching it. Game of Thrones. But I remember watching it though with my dad, like when the sex scene came up, and I'm like sitting on the couch, and he's basically right next to me, and I'm just like looking at it. I'm like, do I look away? Do I like? And I looked at my dad, and my dad was just like focused on to like. I think he knew like all the backstory of like why this character was fucking. He was like, "This is what's happening." Like he was so invested in the show, he really didn't care that I was just like sitting there watching like these two people bang basically.
Yeah, there would be times where I'd be watching like a movie with my dad, and then like a bad scene would come on, like a sex scene or something like that, and like usually my dad didn't care too much. There was one time though where he was like, you probably shouldn't watch that. I want you to like head upstairs for the next minute. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm not going upstairs. I like told, I was like, Dad, no, I'm staying down here. I'm not going upstairs for a minute and then coming back down hoping the scene's over. Like, it's fine. And then he was like, oh, all right, whatever. I was just like, come on, dude. I'm not going upstairs.
It's always the worst whenever you're watching a TV show like that, or like South Park again, or like Always Sunny or something. Your parents are like, oh, what are you watching? They sit down and it's like either the cringiest episode or something.
Yeah, they have to come in at the worst time.
Yeah, or if you show a friend, like, it's the cringiest episode, or it's just, like, some, like, really brazy stuff, and you're just sitting there, and you're like...
Literally the first, I think, episode ever. Like, season 1, episode 1 of Always Sunny. Isn't that the one where, like, they're saying the N-word a bunch?
Yeah, they're, like, trying not to be racist.
They're trying not to be racist, but then, like, they keep accidentally saying it or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's such a funny episode. And, like, yeah, that was one of the, like, first episodes that I was watching on TV, and, like, my mom came and I was like, oh, what's this? I'm like, oh, It's Always Sunny. I've seen, like, some other episodes, like, but this one's on. And it was that episode, and my mom was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, it's not like this usually. I was like, God damn.
Dude, one of my favorite episodes on Always Sunny is during St. Patty's Day, when they just, like, kidnap people and just, like, steal their money and drop them off at the edge of town.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Like I don't really know like where they were actually going with that
They
whole
were
thing.
trying to do like a St. Patty's, like basically like kind of a Uber thing. Like they'll drive them around, and then they were like trying to give them beers and stuff.
Yeah.
And like none of the people, like the servers,
They had a keg in the back, bro.
Yeah, they had like
I
a keg in the
remember
back
that,
of this van, and then like the cars weren't working or something, or people just wanted to get out or something. And then people were like, "We're gonna call the police," and they'd pull out a gun and be like, "All right, you're not gonna do that."
Yeah.
And they would like drop them off, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna need your phones, and since we gotta mail the phones back to you, we're gonna need your wallets too." So they took their phones and their wallets and dumped them off in like the woods and just drove back to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Hey, St. Patty's Day is coming up too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When is that? The
17th.
17th.
Yeah.
Like middle of the week.
Yep.
In like 2 weeks now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure like
Probably
there will be stuff going on in town like that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm sure
Definitely.
the bars will be
The
having
bars
stuff
will be-
going on. Like
Hopefully,
also that
like-
day, but probably into
Yeah.
that weekend they'll like
Yeah.
be celebrating.
Probably
it
have
or
like an
whatever.
early sale or like some late St. Patty's Day. Or I think doesn't Keg always have like green beer or something?
Yeah,
I
they
think
have
I
so.
saw, so they'll
beer
probably have like we got leftover green beer like half off till
They
it's done
should
or
bring
something.
back wristbands for that
Wristbands.
They should.
Those
for that
wristbands.
weekend.
Remember one time when we went to it wasn't all that long ago. We went to fuck, I'm blanking out. Bridgens.
Mm-hmm.
And like this was literally like kind of towards the tail end of summer, like last year. And I got I forgot what beer it was, but I got some beer, and she brings me a green beer, and I'm like, what? And again, this is in like August,
Yeah.
September, maybe even September, like August for sure.
Mhm.
And she's like, yeah, we still have like a bunch of leftover from St. Patty's Day. And I was like, how old is this fucking beer? It didn't taste bad. It didn't taste old. It tasted like a normal good keg beer, but I was just like, St. Patty's Day was like 5 months ago. Like, you still have green beer that you're trying to get rid of?
Is it just like they just dye all their beer
Yeah.
green? Or
Yep.
okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm guessing, like, how long does keg beer last if it hasn't been tapped?
If it
I,
has
I
been
guess it's
probably
flat a
while,
long
probably.
time, but
It's
I was
pressurized.
just like, okay. Like, she handed it to me, and she was like, don't worry, it's green because it's St. Patty's Day beer, and we still have a bunch in, like, our kegs and whatnot, and yeah. I don't know. My first thought, I was just like, how fucking old is this beer?
Yeah.
Like, am I about to die when I drink it? But it was all good.
Oh, that was probably because of our first shutdown for COVID was the day before St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
So they had all, they
Oh
had
my
all
god,
this, they
that
had
makes
all of
total
it.
sense. So they just
Yeah.
have all these kegs of already green beer, and they're like, fuck. Now we have green beer for months to serve when we finally are able to open back
Yeah.
up, and people are probably gonna be freaked out.
I mean, I
Whack.
feel like green beer should be fine. Like beer in general in a keg, I feel like should be fine. I feel like it's like the same as like canned food in like a way.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
like,
because
as-
like there's no
as
like
long as the
pressure or
seal's
anything
not
that's like getting
broken.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it should be fine for a while. Because
It-
even canned
yeah.
beer like will not last as long as a keg beer. I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
keg beer does last quite a while if it hasn't been tapped yet. So yeah,
I'm no expert though. so.
yeah. Don't quote me on that. But
If you see green beer and it hasn't been dyed green, do not drink it.
Yeah. if you get like a Busch Light and they just give you a green beer and it's like December and they don't give you a reason why, don't drink it. It's probably
Just
not
the way
green
it
for
is.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Like
Some gnarly shit happening in the back.
man, that really was like the day before St. Patrick's Day.
was.
Like
I
last
remember
year
going
and
out,
everything
yeah.
happened, yeah.
That was crazy.
Like this same time last year.
Yeah, all the well, we found out that all right. So we went on spring break and we went to Weekend at Willie's,
Yep.
and then it was at Weekend at Willie's that we found out that like we would have the longest spring break of our fucking lives.
That
Yeah.
Saturday, it was that Saturday
Yep.
morning.
On-
Everyone woke up and everyone like I wasn't in school at that time anymore because I
Mhm.
graduated already. But like everyone who's in school was like, dude, I just got a fucking email. Like we're not having classes for like a while, and they're all going online apparently, and everyone is like having this like conspiracy theory. It's like no, like that's got to be wrong, and everyone's like, wait, it's gonna be online like for the rest of the year, like what's going on? And then like like it's gonna be online, but we also don't have classes next week either because they're trying to figure everything out.
Then we ended up not having classes for like a month after that.
It was a long
Pretty
time,
sure,
wasn't
yeah.
it?
Because it was a lot more than a
like
week.
A couple weeks, like I think 3, and then like I finally like heard from my professors. They're like just keep like holding on, like we're figuring it out, because like
Just
that's
keep
when
checking D2.
that's when they first like had to adapt.
Yeah. That sucks. They should. Yeah.
Well, like that whole semester, like leading up, one of my classes with the head of the biology department, he would update us on COVID, like when it first started. So like each week we'd see like, oh, it's getting a little bit bigger. He's like, oh, but the chances of it like becoming like a pandemic are so slim. And I'm just like looking back now and I'm like, huh.
Yeah,
Funny.
we all thought that though.
Yeah.
I literally at like my job before, at that time, the job that I had, and like before we started working from home, like we had like 2 weeks before, we had this big company meeting. Everyone was like talking, like just a big meeting, and they were basically like, I'm sure you guys are watching the news. It's probably all just kind of getting blown out of proportion. And like we all believed it, and we were like, yeah, we'll be fine. We'll totally be fine. And then literally after that weekend, like weekend at Willie's, and then we went back to work on Monday. And then like I took that Monday off after weekend at Willie's. And then I went back on Tuesday. And that Tuesday, all of a sudden in the morning, everyone got an email and was like, we're going to have a whole team meeting at this time. And then at that team meeting, they were like, yeah, you're all going to start working from home now. It's like, it's bad. It's a big deal. But like, it still wasn't all that big of a deal. But like, my job was very like, they wanted to take extra precaution.
Yeah.
And they were like, you're all going to start working from home starting like literally tomorrow. We were like, fuck. So that day we all had to do training and like get a laptop that the company gave. And it was just like, holy shit. Like it all happened so fast. But I remember like at Weekend at Willie's, like people, freaking out on Saturday morning. And then like I think Zach at one point is just like, dude, I'm going to have to fucking like move back home to like Grand Forks or whatever. Cause like, I'm not going to fucking like, they're kicking us out of the dorms apparently is what I heard too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck man, that's crazy. And we were like, no, there's no way. But then I think they did. Like, everyone got kicked out. You got like 2 weeks or a week or something. To, like,
Unless
you
had
got like
out.
3 days.
Yeah.
Unless you had nowhere else to go, you had to move.
Yeah. Because I remember that. Because it was during like the quarantine or whatever. And I was chilling with some freshmen or people in the dorms. And I asked them that day. It was a Wednesday or a Tuesday. And I was like, so what are they doing? And they said, we're just going to move everybody to like separate rooms. Everyone's going to get their own room and stuff now, and it'll be fine. And then later that day, they got a message saying by Friday. So in like 2 or 3 days, you have to be out of the dorms.
God, that was
crazy.
Mean,
that would have been awful because if like your parents couldn't come up or something, like I have a car, like no way I can fit my mini fridge, desk chair, all my clothes, all my other stuff, my TV, my PlayStation, all that stuff's not going to just fit in my car in one trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a chance.
That would suck.
I had to make like 4 trips up here. It was fucking awful to move all my shit in. But like, granted, like I had like furniture and shit too.
Yeah.
My first gear in my car is still fucked up from when I tried to haul like upwards of like 5,000 pounds in it. Like, dude, I just threw like, I loaded my van to the top just like with just shit. I put all my seats down. Like my van was completely full. I couldn't even see out of my rear view window, but I mean, who really needs it? You have 2 other mirrors.
Yeah,
still street legal technically. But then I had a trailer with like all my furniture and all like my heavier shit, like my bed and all that good shit, and like it was struggling hard.
Dude,
like,
I bet.
Dude,
that was fucked. Like, they did what they could in accordance to what they had to do, but that's so fucked to only give people like a 3-day notice. And it's like, you like get out. And I heard stories from people that like worked there, like doing like maintenance and shit. There's so much shit that people just had to leave behind.
Yep.
Yeah. I couldn't fit it.
Like storage units.
Yeah.
If you like couldn't come back.
People leaving TVs, like brand new almost TVs and stuff, because like they just weren't able to bring that with them at the time, and it's like had to figure something out with that, and that's fucked. And that was literally a year ago.
Yep.
Like this month, like probably this week, like a year ago. Like, that's crazy.
It definitely seems like this whole thing has been longer than a year, though.
Yeah.
It's just drug on and on. But at the same time, like, it's gone so fast. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, we're already, like, in March again. Like,
Yo, I
That's
know,
crazy.
but 2020 has been fucking lit, though. 2020 and so far 2021
yeah.
been pretty.
Still been a
fucking
good time,
lit.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the Zoom drinking
Zoom
parties
stuff. Yeah,
we
the
did.
Zoom drinking
Like,
parties.
at the
Yeah.
start of, like, during the summer and all that, we
The
would
power
just
hours.
get on,
Yeah.
Zoom
Yeah.
power hours and just getting fucked up, like, in your own home and just being on Zoom with everyone. But, yeah. God, it really has gone by fast, though.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, looking back now, too, like, during the summer, everyone was like, it's going to be like this for, like, so, like, dude, we're not getting a vaccine for so long. Because, like, realistically, you'd think, like, you know, you're not getting a vaccine for, like, more than 2 years, probably, something like that. But, like, it makes sense now. Like, people who are afraid of that, like, the vaccine are like, there's no way I trust it. You can't make a vaccine in a year and blah, blah, less than a year. It's like, well, when you have all the, like, smartest people in the world who are dealing with this pandemic working together on a vaccine, you can probably get it done in less than a year. So, like,
and now we have like what four different like variants of the vaccine now too.
There's like the Johnson and Johnson one and the however you say the one,
Pfizer, I think. I don't know. There's probably some other ones too, but those are the main ones I know.
Yeah, it's wild, man. COVID has been crazy.
Yeah,
like just this whole like pandemic.
Dude, I was working in a grocery store when it first happened.
Yeah.
I was working at Lucan's grocery store, and oh my goodness, bro. At first, when it happened, like when we had those like 3 weeks off, I picked up more hours because I was like, we need it. And then people got kicked out of their dorms and stuff, so like half of our workforce was college kids, and they all had to leave.
Yeah.
So I was like picking up like 40 plus hours, and I was hoping when like the online shopping definitely is like a good thing like a lot of places adapted to that. Like extra places started delivery driving and stuff now, but I just remember just showing up, and we would have like, we didn't have a cap on it at the time, and one like few days we'd have like 30-40 orders of people wanting groceries for that day.
Jesus.
And few of them were only like, people only got like the few things they needed, but then some people wanted like 100 items stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just remember running around the store, and at that time we didn't need to wear masks at first because it wasn't like official like at first, you know.
Yeah.
And then I just remember it was like crazy because when quarantine started, like the grocery stores turned into the place where like people could go, you know, because everything was closed. So grocery stores, I saw so many people just like standing there like talking, oh, I haven't seen you in a while, and then they would be there for like 15 minutes just talking to this one person. They'd go down like 2 more aisles and they'd see somebody else. Like people were in the stores for like hours.
Yeah, just talking to people.
Dude,
and then there was the whole toilet paper fiasco.
Oh my
Well, I don't know
goodness.
who created this conspiracy theory that like we were gonna be locked in our homes for like ever.
Yeah.
So, like what made people want to stock up on toilet paper? I never understood that. I never understood these dumbasses who were like, we gotta buy like 6 things of toilet paper because we're not gonna be allowed to leave our home in like for months. And it's like, no, like, no, that will never happen.
It's the same thing with the $2 bill though too. There was enough for everyone to, you know, have.
But now these boomers are fucking stockpiling them.
And now it's rare. And
Yeah.
now it's more expensive.
Yep.
Exactly how that played out too.
It's fucking stupid. There's a story that one guy and he bought like so much hand sanitizer, toilet paper, wipes and stuff, and then was selling them like from his garage for like way bigger profit. Yeah, and like I think the cops got involved and were like, you can't fucking do that. Even though honestly, I think
fair.
you can.
If he
like,
has it, he can sell like a garage sale.
Like yeah, literally, it's like a garage
like
sale.
I think
like,
he was like selling it on like eBay or Amazon.
Can you not do that?
That's the same thing.
I feel
I
like
don't
you
know.
legally can. It's just shitty practice.
Yeah.
You know?
So. I mean, he bought them all himself, so they're all legally his.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You guys keep talking about this. I gotta pee.
Yeah, no problem.
Breaking the seal.
Yeah, the whole toilet paper thing, too. Like, we started selling single rolls of toilet paper.
Single rolls?
Single rolls. Like,
Jesus.
single individually wrapped rolls of toilet paper. And I've never seen that. I don't know why. Like, single roll. Like, and then we would have a limit on it. Like, limit 3. So you could get 3 rolls of toilet paper. And, like, we're in a college house with like 5 people. Like, how long do you think 3 rolls of toilet paper is actually going to last? And there weren't paper towels either. So what else did we have? Toilet paper to like clean up our messes and shit.
Oh my god.
It was bad, dude.
Dude,
for a
the
while.
fucking worst part is that like Walmart, like limited their how much isopropyl alcohol you could buy. So our fucking bongs and rigs were just dirty as fuck for like 6 months, and it was just disgusting because you used to be able to go out to the store, buy like 2 or more whenever the fuck you want it at any time. Now it was like you go in there and they're all gone, so you have to go in there right when they stock up again, or they're not gonna fucking have them.
They still are in low supply, aren't they?
Yeah, dude. I copped a couple, or I copped one of the big bottles of the 91% shit this like last week or something.
Yep.
But
so basically, if you got dirty rigs, thank COVID. All the isopropanol or whatever everybody was buying, now you can't clean your rigs.
Yeah. But we're pretty good. I mean, our house has like 6 bottles of that shit now. So.
They're all in the cupboard.
If you want some, we'll be having a garage sale. Yeah.
$20 a bottle.
What's 4 times 5? $20.
$20. Take a drink.
To that.
Man, that's crazy too. Like, imagine like living in this world where fucking grocery stores now have to put a piece of paper up in the toilet paper aisle, and it's like you can only buy one.
Yeah.
One per family.
Say Target still has that up.
Do they really?
I don't know if like anyone actually like follows it.
Yeah. I mean, worst case, if you really needed it, you could go out to your car, drop it off, go back in, grab another one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait in line. Like that's I just thought that cheated the system that way. But yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah, like there's some lady one time, she was like complaining, she's like, I have an allergy, I need this special toilet paper, I can only buy one. And I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do about this, but like
what allergy do you have that you have to buy special toilet paper?
I don't
It's
know.
toilet paper, isn't it all the fucking same?
But she just like wouldn't stop
Yeah.
talking. I'm like, please leave me alone. Like, I'm trying to work.
Like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? I'm not the boss.
Yeah.
Go to a different store.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Literally, like,
Buy one
special
here,
order
buy
it
one
online.
there.
I guarantee you can
Yeah.
special order it online in bulk. Like, you can anything in the world, pretty much. Like, just do that.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was probably just some bitch complaining, because, like, this is just her. She's very specific about what toilet paper she uses, so you have to make something up, like having an allergy. Like, all natural toilet paper. Shouldn't all toilet paper be all natural? It's fucking toilet paper.
Yeah.
I
what
hope so,
like
bro.
what
chemicals are
yeah,
you
what
putting in
chemicals
toilet
are you
paper?
putting in this? I don't want to fucking get weird chemical burns on my ass. Like, the fuck?
Fuck that.
That fucking aloe vera shit.
Aloe toilet paper. The
Yeah.
aloe wipes.
Those all natural aloe toilet paper, $20 a roll. I don't know if that's a thing, but
Probably is, honestly. And it's probably just the exact same as normal toilet paper. but
vegan, non-GMO toilet paper,
No additives.
preservatives,
No
or
preservatives.
sweeteners.
No sweeteners. All natural colors. No colors added.
Now that's the shit I want.
You ever see shit like in stores, like you'll buy some like drink or whatever, and it's like made with like 50% juice or 100% real juice. It's like, well, hold on. Then like, what is this shit? Like, wait, this is all 100% real juice? Is it like Hawaiian punch like juice? Like,
Yeah.
am I not buying juice? Like, what is this? Like, I get they had chemicals and like different shit to everything. I just have always like, you'll see that in like cans of stuff and like drinks and shit, and it's just like made with 50% real juice, or like, I don't know. I'm guessing that means like 100, like if something says like 100% real juice, it's like 100% of like actual juice squeezed from that fruit or whatever is my guess. But then you still look at the
Even
back
that's
and
not
there's
a
a bunch
lot.
of shit
Yeah.
added to it.
Well, they fucking do that like branding shit with like a lot of stuff like that, like wordplay. I know like at least for like leather, like if it says genuine leather, right? Like, or that's like an actual like type of leather that's like the lowest grade. So even though it says 100% genuine leather, like that's the lowest grade of fucking leather you're gonna be getting. Even, I don't know, it's just a kind of leather, I guess. I don't know, but pretty sure they do the same thing with like beef too. Like, I don't know.
Oh, like 100% lean beef or something, or what do you mean?
Or not lean, but if they say dude, I don't know. Something like that.
Just like all natural.
All natural stuff.
Whatever,
They still...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Grass-fed cows. Like, these are... Yeah.
Maybe
It's all the same at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like... Yeah. We literally, like... Well, so you know the movie Super Size Me?
Yep.
Yeah. Like,
dude, we gotta watch that in high school, bro.
Yeah.
In health class.
Yeah, we had to, too. I think everyone did. That was just a requirement.
Yeah.
Like, hey, newsflash, if you eat McDonald's every day for 30 days, you're gonna get fat as fuck.
Who would have fucking thought?
Yeah, who would have thought, right? I want to do an experiment. Like, yeah, no shit. It's not healthy. Like, anyway, like, they made a sequel to that. Like, that guy made a sequel,
Really?
Super Size Me 2, and it's called Holy Chicken, where he basically is, like, exposing, like, big chicken, like, companies and all that. And it's actually, like, it's free on YouTube. Like, you should watch it. It's pretty dope.
So
but
isn't it just Super Size Me 2 or something?
yeah, Super Size Me 2,
You said-
Holy Chicken.
Oh.
That's the name.
I was like, wait.
It's called Holy Chicken. That's like the subtitle or
Okay.
whatever. Anyway, fucking, he's basically exposing all these big chicken companies that say that they're, you know, they'll sell chicken breast and they'll say it's 100%, like free roam or whatever and
Free
all that.
range.
Like, what?
Free range, I think.
Free range
Free range
chickens?
chicken,
Yeah,
yeah.
shit like that. And basically, he starts his own chicken like fast food restaurant and like a chicken company or everything, and he basically exposes all the lies and stuff about it, like in his restaurant, because he has like different posters up and everything, and like you see it throughout the movie. But basically, like, free range chickens like don't mean shit. Like, just because it's free range, they're still packed in a silo by the like thousands. Basically, to be free range, he like calls this like lady who's head of health whatever, who's like giving him his permit to do all this and whatever. And basically, if you have like a huge silo where you're keeping all your chickens in, as long as you have just a tiny little like 4 foot by 4 foot cage right outside of the silo where the chickens can go outside, they're technically considered free range. So even though you still have thousands of chickens packed in this tiny ass silo with no room to move or whatever, as long as you have a little like cage going outside this silo where like they can walk out, they are considered free range. So like he's advertising that, and in the like his restaurant, he has like this big poster that says like, our chickens are 100% free range. Here's a picture, and it shows all like the picture of all of them just packed in by the like thousands, like in this big silo.
Yeah.
And he's like, as long as you have this little plot of like right outside the big silo or whatever, like they're free range. Like, so your free range chicken that you're buying from your store for like an extra $3 is no different than this other chicken from some other company or whatever. Like, yeah. It's crazy, like, just to watch it all, like, so he was able to consider his business and his place, like, 100% free range, 100% like this, that, healthy, whatever, and, like, it's just the same as any normal, like, chicken company or, like, fast food restaurant or whatever. Like, there's no difference between a free range and, like, a chicken that's not free range. They're all just still packed by the thousands, and it's, I don't know, it's a really, like, cool movie to watch, and, like, yeah, it's wild. And there's, like, there's one part where he's talking to like these farmers that have deals with like Tyson, like chicken company and all that shit, and like all these big chicken name brand companies or whatever.
Chicken.
Yeah, dude. It's literally Big Chicken. And they like he basically exposes how they'll like blackball certain like farmers. Well, you watched it with me. I don't know if you remember. I can't like it's been a while since I watched it. But yeah. But basically, like, they'll blackball farmers for, like, not having enough or something like that, and then they'll just stop doing business with them completely, and it's all legal in regards to, like, their contract. So, like, all of a sudden, these, like, farmers basically will go out of business and, like, lose a bunch of money, because at any point in time, like, Tyson can just stop buying chickens from them, like, for whatever reason. Like, it's just wild, like, how it all works, and, yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. And, like, there's a scene, he tries to get an interview with, like, the CEO of some big, like, chicken company, and, like, they deny it because they know who he is, and they know, like, what he was up to, and, like, yeah. It's fucked up.
Dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucked up businesses.
What do you got?
Dude,
What do you got?
All right. So I mentioned this before, but fucking those furniture companies, how the fuck they stay in business is beyond me. Because one, the shit they sell is like subpar at best, right? And you go in there, and for a little tiny side end table thing, you're gonna be dropping like $300.
Yeah.
Like, who has that kind of cash to just spend $300 on a tiny little like end table?
Yeah. You just got to be banking on like
everyone in that city that location is in, like, everyone just needs furniture at all times, which I guess, like, is how they stay in business. They just bank on people needing, but, like, when was the last time we bought a piece of furniture?
Never.
Like, never.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, how do they stay? That is a good question. Like, how do they stay in business?
Like,
I buy a couch. I'm not buying another couch for, like, 10 years until that couch gets
For
too
real.
fucked up.
For real.
Like,
You just go online and, like, Marketplace or something.
yeah,
and
there's
find
always
a
someone
couch.
selling, like, a brand new couch.
Yeah.
And they're like, it turns out we don't need it. And they're, like, $50, brand new, like, big couch.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, and these like places are like huge too to fit all their shit in.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're
massive.
Their rent's got to be through the fucking roof.
And they have so much inventory and stuff.
I mean, at least with like IKEA, they have the food court. I mean,
You know,
some people like their
food,
meatballs.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
Oh, yeah.
I've never been inside an IKEA.
Dude, the calzones. I got a
Never been to
calzone
IKEA.
once.
Okay.
An IKEA calzone.
Yeah.
IKEA Kelly.
Yeah, those are smack. I don't know if it was just some kind of restaurant inside this IKEA or something, but maybe it was an IKEA calzone. Technically, I guess it's an IKEA calzone because I got it in.
Yeah, like
IKEA.
I'm pretty
But-
sure, like,
Yeah,
they're
like
their
an IKEA, they have their own
company.
brands.
Yeah.
But that was gas. Dude, I was at a furniture store with my parents when I was like really young, like probably 4 or 5. And when I was a kid, I used to always bring around my like Matchbox car, my favorite Matchbox car. And you know those things you throw like the coin in and it goes around down in there. I was playing with my, fucking... you guys already see where this is going. I was playing with my Matchbox
You're like
car
riding it on the dome
around
or
the
whatever.
thing. I was like flinging it around. I was like, trying to catch it. And, it happened. It went through the fucking hole. And I was so sad. I was so sad. And my mom actually put a note down the like thing saying if you find a Matchbox car, send it back to this fucking address. 6 months later, lo and behold, the Matchbox car shows up at our fucking door or in our mailbox, whatever the fuck. But
That's wild.
it was so awesome, dude. I thought that thing was lost for. I actually have no idea where it is now.
That employee is like the real MVP.
Dude,
Yeah.
for real.
Most
He
would
did
have-
not have
Most
it.
would have seen a scrap of paper in there and just thrown it away. And,
Yep.
and the same with the
That's
Matchbox car.
exactly
That's not a
what-
coin and just
That's
throwing it away.
exactly
Yeah.
what I would have done.
Yeah,
too.
same.
Like, can't even lie. But dude, that was awesome.
Did you try like reaching your hand in there, like trying to get it or something?
Bro, no, like,
jump
it-
in?
Yeah, I'm
was-
surprised
it
you didn't
was
start like
gone.
pounding the like
It was
glass dome
gone.
to try and break it, and you're like,
Oh no, it wasn't the glass dome. It was one of those like, I don't know.
oh, it was just
like,
one that you just drop it in and it's just
Yeah,
right there. Like, 'cause
yeah.
there's somewhere like it's a big dome and you put the coin in the
Yeah.
top and it goes through.
Nah.
Okay, this was yeah.
Yeah,
we
that-
had
so
one.
so I,
yeah.
I was like playing like with the Matchbox in like the like I don't know, the whole like
It's like a funnel
what's that
basically.
fucking thing
Yeah.
called? Yeah, funnel thing.
You just
And
let
yeah,
go of it
it's
by accident and it just.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even let go of it. I just like flung it, and I just wanted to see like how far it would go, and I was like, "There's a hole, fuck." And I tried to get it before it went in there, and it was gone.
Going too fast.
Yeah, one time I had.
I couldn't even reach the hole. I don't even know what I was thinking, bro. Because like I would try to reach over, and like I couldn't even reach the hole, even if I wanted to grab it before it fell down. So it was just like I took the L that day. Like,
one time I had a dum-dum sucker, and I like, put that in there like on purpose, and my mom got really fucking pissed at me, and she was like, "No, why the fuck did you do that, you idiot?" And I'm like, "What?" Like I was literally 5 or 6 years old, and my dumb brain, I'm like, well, because they had pictures of like these kids in this third world country that are like starving or whatever. I'm like, well, they'll probably want a sucker. Like, money's good, but this is actual food. I was trying to do the right thing, and my mom was like, no, don't fucking put your dumbass sucker. They're gonna take that out and just throw it away. I'm like, they're not just sending this to like Africa? And she's like, no. I'm like, oh. And I felt really bad. I thought I was doing the right thing, like donating food.
Yeah.
But my mom got so mad at me because I did it like in front of everyone. People were watching me just walk out with this dumb. I was like trying to, because it wasn't like big enough for it, so I was like jamming it down. And, like finally, and my mom was like, "No, what the fuck?" Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I
awesome.
thought I was being a nice person. I was being a good Samaritan that day, but apparently not.
The right idea.
I had my heart was in the right place, but. Man, can you imagine someone like stuffing actual food down there? I was a dumb
the
kid.
IKEA
So
meatballs.
IKEA meatballs.
They'll like the meatballs. Like these meatballs are filled with like additives and shit. They'll last forever, and they're just like jamming the meatballs down. God, that would be so
That'd be
fucking
awesome.
funny. If I saw a kid doing that, I would laugh.
I would
my ass
approve.
off.
I
Like,
approve.
You imagine being the dude that like cleans like that shit out, like with all the coins, just seeing like it shits on a meatball.
Oh yeah, they gotta like they open it up
All
and
these
like all the
coins are
change falls
crusty
out, and then
and
they're
shit.
like, "What the fuck is this? Why are there moldy ass?"
Oh, yeah,
they're like rock hard. And he's like, "The hell." Fucking dumbass kids.
Just throws it in the bag with them.
Yeah.
With the coin, I'm not picking that out.
I'm not picking that out.
Oh,
Did you guys, for any like reason, or maybe you were like maybe in Boy Scouts, like I had to do it for Boy Scouts, but like have to do the Salvation Army shit where you like would ring the bell outside?
Nope.
We did
Oh,
that
God,
one
no.
time. Me and a buddy of mine did that outside of a grocery store in our hometown, and man, that was the worst shit ever. Like,
Yeah.
well, because we were told by our troop leader, like, you have to, like, upsell, essentially. Like, we're fucking 8. And they're like, you have to, like, when someone walks by, you have to say, hey, hello, would you like to donate? Like, no, I'm not going to ask. I don't have the balls as an 8-year-old to ask this grown man, like, would you like to donate?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
That
Even
is-
as a kid, I know. Like, that's just, like, kind of inappropriate. Like, don't pressure me to donate money to you. Like, I know it's for a good cause, but...
Yeah.
That was the worst, and it was so cold. It was like minus like 10 that day, and it was just like,
Jeez.
fuck.
Isn't that place the same kind of shit that like Goodwill does, where they kind of have like some like shady like business practices? Like I know Goodwill only like actually donates like what 10% or so to like I don't know what are the fuck
Yeah.
they say they donated
Oh,
to.
they actually donate. So.
Well, I mean, they get all their shit for free, and then they sell it at outrageous prices that it shouldn't be worth.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can score some good shit there, but like, you have to know what you're looking for. I think,
Yeah.
you know.
I didn't even know they donate. Do they advertise that?
Well, I mean,
I didn't even.
I
know
mean,
that,
I feel like they
Goodwill
kind of
just
have
donated.
to be a non-profit, right? They're a non. They're
I believe
technically
so.
a non-profit,
Oh,
but they're
okay.
definitely a for-profit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, because you can go to a Goodwill and just like give away all this shit.
yeah, but
Now you have like someone is moving or whatever, like, you know, now you have like 5 perfectly good like chairs that you just got for free that you can sell in your store for profit, and then
Mhm.
like donate just a small margin of that to whatever corporation or company or
exactly.
whatever charity you're donating to. Yeah, I mean, Salvation Army does the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a Salvation Army in fucking Grand Forks that we would go to all the time just because sometimes they had, like, really good stuff for cheap. Like, whatever. Well, we would also donate some stuff we didn't need, like old clothes and stuff.
You
We
also
would make
get
a
like
trip to
a
Grand
you also
Forks
get
and-
like a tax like right off too. At least with Goodwill you do. I don't know about
I think it's everything
Salvation
for everything for
Army.
charities. I think you get a tax
Yeah,
write
you
off
can
for
write
them
off.
and stuff.
That's why, like,
Yeah.
That's what my mom used to do. Like she fucking
Oh yeah, dude.
Would
That's why
always be on
super
that
wealthy people
tax
are able
write-off
to
shit.
not pay that much in taxes.
Oh,
like,
they just donate to charities.
They donate to charities and they're able to write that off and shit. I do the same thing.
That's smart. Yeah.
Look, it's not my fault. That's how the system works. Like, I'm
Which-
gonna exploit every loophole there is.
Which,
like,
I mean, if you're donating a charity anyways, right? I mean, you're still technically, like, paying one way or another.
Yeah.
You know, you just choose where your money goes instead.
even if you don't give a fuck about the charity, you know, you're doing a good thing. I mean, maybe the morality isn't that great because at the end of the day, you're like, now I don't have to pay this much in tax. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, for like the bell ringing, we used to have to do that for marching band by like section. So like guard, we had to go do that. While simultaneously like selling hot dogs to raise money for the band. So we had more people buy hot dogs and like put money in the little bucket.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting food.
Yeah.
You're gonna obviously buy the hot
But we're
dog
just
over
like,
and
what's the
give
point of like ringing this bell if we're like getting nothing?
yeah.
But
Dude, I had to work in, like, this hot dog stand outside of a fucking grocery store. I don't remember which one it was, but it was, like, to promote this one, like, musical or something for my, like, high school. And, oh my god. It was in the middle of fucking summer. You know how hot those bitches get in the middle of summer when you have, like, 6 fucking bodies in, like, a fucking trailer?
With a grill going.
With a
and
grill?
everything.
Yeah. Most miserable fucking week of my life. It was awful.
Yeah. That shit sucks. Yeah, I remember we had to work, like, so at the fairgrounds in my hometown, where, like, I went to school, like, there's a bunch of food stands, and there's one, like, a curling club stand. Like, the curling club has its own, like, food club thing that they will sell food at during the fair. And, like, I was part of the curling club, because I curled growing up, so, like, I had to work that one summer, and, like, dude, same thing. It's so hot, and there's, like, one tiny fan in this like shit, and like the grill's going in the back and the fryers are going in. It's so fucking hot outside. It's already like close to 75, like almost 80 degrees that day, one of the hottest days of the summer, and it's like I had to work on that day, and it's the fucking worst. Ugh, it sucks. And then you have all these old people who like, cause like we get so backed up, and like you just have to deal with it at something like a fair or anything like that. Lines are big, you're getting backed up. Deal with it. You're not getting your food for like 15 minutes. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
And all these old people are just get so fucking pissed. They're like, I ordered 10 minutes ago. It takes 10 minutes to grill a burger. It's like, no, but it takes 10 minutes to grill the like 50 burgers that were in front of you, you dumbass. Like, just chill. Go to the fucking shitty corn dog stand and get a corn dog that'll take 2 minutes. Like, this is good quality, like, beef here. Like, you wait. Like, god damn it. God.
You fucking wait your turn, old man.
Old people are the worst. They're so impatient. Because they're like, back in my day, I would pay 50 cents. I'd get a burger real quick. And it'd be like, yeah, well, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, fucking A. You know?
You could also buy a fucking house for $5,000.
Yeah. Like, what do you want me to
It's
say?
not even
I'm
enough
sorry.
for a down payment.
If I could magically make a burger appear in front of you, I would in a heartbeat. So you'd get the fuck out of here. But I can't. So deal with the, like, 15 people that ordered in front of you and wait for them to get their food and you'll get yours. Yeah, that's just the worst.
That's wild.
Anything where you have to do like a fundraiser shit and like you got to do food, it's just always the worst. It's never fun. You never finish it and you're like, that was actually pretty fun. I was with the only fun part is that you're with your friends most of the time. So like you can fuck around with your friends. But besides that, it always sucks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
I
the
remember
fucking
for
worst.
scouts when we would do we would have our annual fundraiser, like we'd have our annual my hometown Linwood, we would have like Linwood Days or something. It was like a big pretty much like a little fair kind of car. They had like blow up rides and stuff, and like animal rides and just stuff like that. People would sell like little jewelry, like knickknack stuff. They have like some live band, like some old country band, some weird shit like that playing. And then we were like one of the few food stands there. And we would have like burgers and stuff, and a big thing that we would have was like fried corn. Like we would have a big grill, and I just remember like showing up in the morning, like crack of dawn, basically like getting ready, because it would start at like 9-10 o'clock or something, and then we would show up early, and we would have like, I don't even know, like 50 pounds of corn, and we would have to like sit there. So how we would like cook it is we would peel it all back, and then we'd have to take out all those hairs or whatever. And that was like, if you showed up it was like bad. It was like just whoever drew the shortest straw. Like if you showed up early, sometimes you'd like start on the corn, or if you showed up like late enough, they'd be like hop on the corn and stuff, and you would hop on it, and you would just be sitting there like peeling corn back, picking out all the hairs, like throwing them away, and then like putting them back. But it was just me and like a few of my buddies would be doing it. So made the most of it. But oh my god,
we're just doing that for hours.
Yeah, dude. And then like other people in like stands and stuff would like. They would try to send like I'm pretty sure they would try to send like a few of us out to like kind of take orders or something, or like see if people wanted anything, or like we'd run the food out to them. But I had no idea like who any of these people were. They'd go to like Jim Jeffrey or something stand, and I'd be like a hot dog and a thing of corn and a drink in my hand, and I'm like,
and there's probably like 8 people going like, oh, that's mine, because they got the same thing.
We're all
and you're
just
like
running around,
fuck.
and I'm like, or people.
So
would,
you
like,
give it to like Jacob instead of Jeffrey.
Yeah.
now Jeffrey's pissed. He's like, I ordered before him.
And then he can't leave his stand because then he's just like sitting there just pissed. Like,
at the state fair, I don't know if they still do this now, but I would assume they do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Last time I went with my dad, which was like a while ago, he would always be the one that like asked for like the burnt pieces of corn, or like, you know how they like would grill the corn or whatever. If you ask for the burnt pieces, you don't have to like wait in like line. You just go up and be like, can I get the burnt ones? And you don't have to wait in line, and you get them for like half off or something. So, because they're just gonna throw them away anyways.
Yeah.
So if you ask for the burnt ones, and personally, they taste better anyways. They give it more flavor.
Yeah, they got the little black crisp on them.
Exactly.
Like it's so good.
They taste way better than the fucking pussy grilled ones that are like kind of brown, but mostly
it's like people who don't like their hot dogs like almost charred, not like burnt, but like, you know, when you grill a hot dog, you want the like black going all the way around.
Yeah.
It's only on the outside. No, the inside's not burnt. It just gives that extra crunch feel. It's really good, and people like get so picky about that. It's like that's the best. Yeah.
Exactly. So you ever go to the state fair? Just ask for the burnt ones. You can cut the line, probably. I don't know if you get in a fist fight.
Yeah,
it's not my fault.
Last time I went to the state fair, I don't even remember. It was years ago. Like I was like in middle school. I remember this because it was me, my sister, and my dad went, and my mom wasn't with us. And then all of a sudden, like, you know how they always sell like stuff like ATVs and like hot tubs and stuff. My dad went into the hot tub at the state fair. Like, they have, like, big booths and stuff that sell that shit. And my dad went in, and me and my sister were just, like, playing around. They got, like, a little bit of water in some of the hot tubs. So me and my sister were just, like, splashing each other with water. And then I found out later that my dad bought a hot tub. And I don't think he asked my mom or anything. So then my mom was like, we are not going to the state fair ever again.
Hell yeah.
That was, like, the last time I went.
So I went to it was definitely not the state fair. It's some just like shitty ass fucking middle of fucking nowhere kind of fair. But I went there my second year of college, and I was going for a fucking goldfish. And I know how rigged that game is. You know that like pong game where after you get it into the thing, but it's
because the hole is so small, it's always gonna bounce off. It has to be almost a perfect roll bouncing off to like just land in the middle. Yeah, we had the same one in my hometown.
So I bought like 10 throws, but prior to me like, you know, buying these 10 throws, I like talked to this dude. I'm like, I know this shit's rigged as fuck, right? Can you guarantee me at least one fish for these $10 or whatever the fuck I paid? He's like, yeah, I'll guarantee you one fish. So I ended up getting one of the fish anyways. So he gave me 2 fish. So nice. I had 2 fish, and then one died. It was pretty tragic, right? Because this one fish, like, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with him, but like I brought him like back to my dorm, and like he was just straight retarded. Like
it's like you get the bag, like, because they put it in a little bag with shitty like pond water, and it's like just kind of floating. You basically think it's already dead. You like tap the bag and it kind of moves a little, but
yeah. So that was him, right? Except every time like I would go to like feed him, like the other fish was just fine. Like, but the like dumb one, right? He would like eat rocks, bro. He would literally eat rocks. he would never like actually eat the food. He would just like eat rocks at the bottom, like in a brand new tank. So I know he wasn't trying to eat like food on the bottom. He just liked rocks.
Yeah.
So like he ended up dying from it. So don't eat rocks.
Don't eat rocks.
And the landlord or the dorm master, whatever the fuck you want to say it in like Alec, right? He somehow so much shit happened, dude. Our landlord at that dorm hated our fucking unit because it was only a 2-person unit, me and like my best friend, and then the people across the like hall from us, like three or four people in that one, but one of them moved away. But we would just always just bool in our room, and like we call it the fish bar, and it like, dude, we had so much like it was like the littest place to like hang out. And we had the cops up there a couple times, and and there was one time where we got drunk as fuck at this one hotel that my buddy worked at. He worked like the like night shift there, so he would always just let us on like the like, because it was kind of like a campground / like hotel thing. It's like Arrowwood. I don't know if you guys ever been there, but like we would get free like firewood. He'd bring out the ATV like haul firewood to us, and we just chill there, get fucked up. There's this zip line. It was fucking. So we were just absolutely hammered. We come back to the dorm like 2 in the fucking morning, and like we were just chaotic. It was like 6, 7, 8 people, fucking just insane in this small ass place. And the cops come up, knock on our fucking door, and like it's not like our house or anything. Like obviously, like it's the campus, like whatever. So we like the cops have to come in. Like I don't think we like honestly could have done anything about it because there was only one person that was like of like legal age, and they had two of the breathalyzer like things, and we're just all thinking like we're fucked. like there's only one person that's like legal age, and they had both the kids just chilling there, and they were just talking to us, and we're just all completely hammered. But we walked out of there scot-free. They didn't breathalyze any of us. They just asked for our fucking IDs and shit. But it was then because like the next day the landlord wanted to like talk to us about what happened, and you know all that fun shit. And he saw the fish tank, and he was like, "Is that a fucking pet like over there?" I'm like, and like I didn't think it was gonna be a big fucking deal, right? Because it's a fucking fish.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. And he's like, "You have to get rid of that fish." And we're like, "Okay." So we just hit it. And so and then I don't know, but like later he came up again, and he saw it again, and like you know he got really pissed that we still had this fucking fish. So we had a whole like send off thing. So like we were on like the second floor. So we had there's a pond outside of like our like dorm, and so we put this fish in like a shot glass, and we did like a toast, and we like sent him off and just yeeted him into the pond.
I thought you were like gonna say something like, "Oh, like you know how you shoot the minnow." I
Oh,
thought you were
really drink it.
That would have been legendary
Cool.
though. That would have been legendary. But that is the myth of that pond, is that Blackbeard still lives on.
He's named Blackbeard. Oh yeah.
And he probably got big. Was it like a pretty small goldfish?
Dude,
at
it was
the time?
like this big. He's
probably got
dead.
big as fuck. Because goldfish get huge.
Well,
they really do.
Well, maybe, but that was also like a huge like duck and goose pond too.
So
he
he's
probably
fucking dead.
he probably got
right away.
murked. Yeah.
So did you send him off like pretty high up then? Like
No, dude, I fucking
okay.
Yeah.
May have died right when they
might have died on fucking
Yeah.
impact, to be honest.
God. Well, rip to Blackbeard. Rip to Blackbeard.
That's kind of shitty though that your landlord
Yeah, dude.
made you get rid of him. It's a fish. Like
It's a fish.
I'm telling
dog.
you,
Like, it's
a
not like
cat.
I'm hiding a cat.
Ridiculous.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
well, no. What's even more fucked is my buddy that was across the like hall from us. He had a therapy dog that wasn't even like. I don't even think he had like the paperwork for it to be a therapy dog. He just said it was a therapy dog, and it was like it's like a 12-week-old like puppy, and it was just like I'm like, so you're really gonna get mad at this fucking fish when my buddy over there like I didn't say that shit, but I was a bit salty.
Thinking,
Not,
you're like,
not
that
gonna
motherfucker
lie.
does not have paperwork. Like, God.
You know, it's just the shit happens.
be like that
know?
sometimes.
I do. Well, it's 2:59. Should we call it?
Oh,
I think.
could, yeah.
Get ready, and then
Good.
we'll see you guys
Yeah.
later. Sound good to you
I'm
guys?
down, yeah. It was a
Alright.
good time.
Hell yeah. Well, we'll definitely do this again. I'll have you guys on. I mean, I'm having
Definitely.
guests on every episode from now on, so.
Bad.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
Bad.
so thank you guys for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, bro.
anytime.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for viewers out there watching or listening. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Noah's Lounge. Follow me on Twitter at Noah's Lounge Pod. And yeah, that's it. So thank you guys again for coming on the show. And we'll see you guys later.